Hey, what's up guys, it's Correcty Fox, and today I'm going to be giving a guide on how to become a builder here on Foxshot. So let's get started. So first off, right here, we're in the spawn area, and to get here, you either log in the server, and then you end up here, but if you're in a different world, just write /spawn, and once you are here, what you want to do is write /plot auto, and then we're going to end up in this plot here. And this is just the closest plot from the spawn area. So if you guys wander around, like if you go over here and like, oh, where's my plot? You can just write /plot home, and that's going to take you to this plot. All right, so next up, we want to find a reference. So I'm going to open up Google Maps, find a nice neighborhood, and we're going to press satellite view right here in the layers. And then you can see an overview, and you just want to pick a house to build. And let's find a good area. Maybe this house right here. So once we have that, we can get our street view guy and pull him out, plop him in front of the house. And yeah, it's going to be in this house right over here that we're going to build. And remember to keep a link for this because you do need it when you're submitting the trial. All right, so make sure you bookmark this. So I'm just going to drag it here, put it on the bookmark bar. All right, so once we have that, we need to build the house. And how do you exactly get started on the house? I guess first you would just build the curb. And if you look at the reference, you can see it has like this drainage pipe and got a road here, nice and simple. And you don't necessarily have to build a road, but we can do it anyways. First up, we need to add in some gray concrete powder right there. I'm gonna put in the ground. Now for these plots, you can use World Edit, so if you know how to use World Edit, I recommend you use it. So just take our wooden axe, and we can use it to use the stack command. If you don't know how to use World Edit, I do have a tutorial. Just look up Crafty Fox World Edit tutorial, and I have maybe like 2 videos on it. Alright, so once we made the road in front of our house, you don't have to make the entire road. We just need it for the curb. We're going to use a smooth stone slab. And we're just going to make the curb like this, okay? So once we start adding the curve, we need to make the driveway. So if you look at the reference, you can see you have this material. And it's like a light gray color, or maybe stone. We can get stone or andesite. And actually, I'm like looking at this, and maybe I think that we could just put it in the ground. So maybe I'm just going to move this whole thing into the ground. So we could take smooth stone, put it in the ground. When you're first building this out, you can kind of estimate it. You know what it looks like. But another thing you could do, if we go into a reference, we could take this and we're going to make a copy window of it, and then we're going to go here, click X, and then we can see it outwards. And we want to make sure we copy the address here, put it there so that we can find our spot that we're making. Go in satellite view, and this is important because you can actually measure stuff. Once we're here, we can actually measure how long in between these driveway points are. So it says right here 23.98. So if we go in game, you can write that 23.98 times 1.5 because we're building in 1.5 to 1 scale. We're not building 1 to 1. At 1.5 to 1 scale, that's basically 1.5 times 1 to 1 basically. So just times it. So next up, we're going to place a block temporarily, just slime wool. And yeah, we're just going to, it says 36 blocks right here, so you got to round up 36. So I'm going to move it 35, just 1 block off, because that's already including the block we already have. So it's going to be in between this one and this one here. So the other part of the driveway, because it does make a U shape, it's going to be over here. Now if we go back into our Google Maps, we can actually measure how long this part is. And that says 5.4. And we're going to go back in game, use the calculator command, 5.4 times 1.5. It's 8.1. So it's going to be 8.1, and going to be for this one. So it's 8 blocks basically. So I'm just going to make it so it's 8. And for the other one, I'm going to see. It's going to be 5.3. So 5.3. That's 1.5, and it's going to be 8 blocks long. So yeah, we're going to do 8. All right, so now you can actually go back here. If you see the reference picture, this thing actually makes an indent here. So we can actually measure how long That one is just in case. I think it's just like a block or something, maybe. All right, so it's like 0.8. 0.8 times 1.5, it's one, yeah, one block. So we're just gonna go one block in. And you don't have to measure everything, but it's a lot easier because you don't really have to think about it. And I'm just trying to right now, you know, recreate the U shape. Kind of makes an indent here. And then we do need to find out like how long this point here. I think that's important. So 4.3 times 1.5, 6 blocks. All right, so yeah, this time it's like a half block, so it doesn't matter too much. I guess we'll round down. And yeah, this thing would just go all the way across because this is the part where it meets up the other road that we made. And since it's like a trial, you know, ideally you want to make it perfect, but of course we know you're not going to make it entirely perfect. But try to do the best you can. And then again, we can use world edit, we can stack it across that. All right, and I think I need to make a curving shape this way. And yeah, I think we need a little bit more. And the other driveway kind of makes it's a like longer in this end, so stretch that out a bit. All right. Oh no. Okay, and once you've done that, go back in the reference. I can measure how long this driveway part is. It is 4.3. Here, 4.3. And it's going to be 6 blocks long, so we could extend that, so it's 6. And we need to extend all of this out. Just goes all the way across. That, and then we need to connect this side, so just, you know, continue the slope. That. Alright. Looks like I could just do this by hand now, since I have, you know, the basic formation of it, you know. So yeah, this path thing, it just leads up this way, and actually like extends out a little bit. And yeah, we're just going to keep building it. All right, so next up there is this path here. And a lot of this we're not even like looking at it in street view, because these are just the roads. But yeah, we do need to look at it from street view, how it actually looks like. And you can see like the color of this lawn, it's not grass. So since it's not grass, another block we can use is like use paths, shovel over this. So this basically this block here. You can do it by hand. Maybe you can add in texture, or you can just use the world edit command. Like that. And this whole entire lawn appears to be a dirt path. So we can do that. Cross like this. And then back over here as well. And then on the other side of the street, there's a driveway here, but that's like the neighbor, so don't necessarily have to build it. We'll just build up to it, I guess. Like that. Right, and I think I'll just extend this all the way to the back, so all this area here is going to be the dirt path. But there is still pieces of grass. If you look in the front lawn, there's like a little grass here. So I'm going to add it, just a little grass here for texture reasons. Let's see, there is a bit more grass over here. Just add it like that. Okay, in the front lawn, there also is this mailbox here, so I guess we can build that. Since it's not like a really wide, maybe you can do that, but it doesn't stick out that much. Maybe I think it was like a 1 block back, like this. And then it does need to stick out a little bit, so maybe you can do this, or maybe it's smaller than that, so I can add in that. There's a couple ways to do this. Maybe you can put a stairs. I don't know. For now, I think I'll just put a stairs like that. And then there's like a number to the side of it. Which you can, and maybe you can add in like a bird sign. I don't know. Bird sign like that. That could be the number. All right, next up, there is this tree in the middle. Now, a lot of people, they don't really like making trees, but honestly, trees, you know, they're not that hard to make. You just put like a mud brick wall down. I know a lot of people, they think because this is a tree block, you have to use this, but look at this. It's too wide compared to this tree. It's very thin, okay? But just because it's a wooden block doesn't mean you have to use it. You just have to make what looks like it. I just made it the trunk. Now we need the branches of it. For now, I think I'll just use spruce fence, and we'll just start mapping out the individual branches of it. And you want to make sure it looks organic, so just copy it by your eye. You know what it generally looks like. And you don't want to make it too clustered. You don't want to make it look like it's a grid. So if too much things are sticking together, that's not too good. So yeah, I'm just doing something like this. And it's like, you have to look at the proportions too. Like you can see it's a kind of tall compared to its width. So you want tall and skinny. So you can look at this tree, and it's a little bit too fat. We need to make it more taller than it is skinny. You can add in like other types of blocks, maybe like fence gates in here to make it a little more interesting than just using one type of block. All right, so this is how the tree is looking so far. All right, next up, there is a secondary tree right over here, and it looks a lot taller actually. So yeah, we're just gonna make that tree. So we can go, it's like right around here, and it's pretty much the same design. So we need to get our mud brick wall and just add it like this, and then we need to add in spruce fence. This tree is pretty much it just looks like a whisk. That's what it looks like to me. So yeah, we're just gonna build it. Looks pretty symmetrical actually. In this case, maybe it's kind of necessary to build it all close together, because it is actually close together. But you don't want it too scrunched up, I guess. So yeah, we're just gonna make it kind of wide. Well, wide and tall. So when you're working on this, you want to check it up on time to time. Let's see. Doesn't look like that. For now, I think I do need a little bit more on the base of it. Like this. I don't know. But anyways, that's our tree trunk. Now it's actually like a little bit gray looking. So maybe I do need to add like an andesite wall here. Base of it. I don't know. But then that looks like a concrete wall or something, so maybe we do need to keep it mud brick. Or maybe mossy. I don't know. Add a mossy, a little bit mossy. Alright, so right now I think we need to make the actual house. So finally we're up to the house. So in the house, the beginning, get some steps up to the doorway. Now the steps, they're made of brick. Just because stuff is made of bricks doesn't mean you have to make a brick. But in this case, I think it might actually work because it is red, and sometimes bricks are not red. And also you can press see more dates if you want to look at the house, and maybe the lighting's not the best. But keep in mind, you do have to choose the latest snapshot for your trial. But anyways, we're gonna make the porch. So the porch has these railings on the sides. So we do need to add in the railings. That's very important. And they actually like go out on the side, so we can do that. Let's do that here. And then we'll extend out the porch. And do it like that. Alright, and then the doorway. Now the doorway, it's Foxshot. We have a method to make a doorway. Actually, there's a doormat here, so we can just add a carpet first. But yeah, the doorway. I think I'll just put some smooth stone here at the bottom first. Should use brick, actually. Bricks. Just continue that. But anyways, the doorway, we need to have it 3D. And it's also a 2x3 usually. So I'm going to use a red terracotta for the door. And we want it indented. And I'll show you what it looks like after we do it. So we need iron trap doors. And on our server, you can just right click iron trap door and it opens up like that. So we're going to have that. And we want to have that so it is 3 blocks tall. And that's going to be our doorway. Mangrove planks for the walls and stuff like that. So mangrove slabs, 2 blocks wide. And then on the side of that, we'll add a mangrove stairs facing inwards. Other side, same thing. Just like that. And then mangrove planks can add the area on top of it. So there is that, if you look at it, there is that, the horizontal. And it's like white inside, so we can use a white glass for that. So white glass across. And then we do need to have this section here, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna stack this thing so that there's 2 layers of them. And then we can have our windows. But actually, these 2 things need to line up. So that is a problem. First, we can just add in the white glass behind it first. So, one way to solve this issue, I guess, well, first I need to add in mangrove planks around, is use a wall maybe. So another thing you can do is just make this wider. Yeah, it's not perfect, but whatever. Anyways, on the side of this, we need to get where there's skeleton skull. Lamps like that. And a lot of people, they like to use lanterns. Just because it's a lamp, they need to use a lantern. But like, if you look at the reference picture, that's just black, okay? So it's not going to look like this. So don't use it. Use the block that looks most like it. But next up, I think we need to go calculate how long this driveway thing is. 15.6. So 23 blocks from this point here. So I'm going to add additional blocks like that. So apparently this goes back all the way there. And I think it actually extends a little bit here. Okay. Alright, so after we do that, go back to our house. Straight view mode. And we want to, I guess, extend this out here. This part here. On the sides. You see the front lawn, pretty much a leaf. So we need to add in these like leaves over here. And there is some overhanging area. So this block here, like light gray and it's like lines. So I don't know. I think I'll use light gray wool for that. Yeah, just add in light gray wool. This part sticks out. And we can make it go across. And we need a window here. Now, if you look at the house, the window, it's kind of like starts halfway, maybe the upper half of the door. So like the upper half of the door, like right here, basically. And let's say it's, I don't know, 3 blocks wide. So right now I'm going to make a temporary shape. I don't know if it's permanent. You can always modify it. But I would say this is where the window is. And we can use a direct wall, make a little divider here. Yeah, I think these windows, usually windows are like 2 blocks tall, but these windows are extra huge. They're extra tall. Like they look as tall as this doorway, but this is not always the case. Keep that in mind. On the sides, we do need to have the window shutters. So there's 2 ways to do that. One way is to get a wall, and if there's color, I don't know, maybe brick is the closest we have. Like this, we can do this, and then we can add in blocks here, and then we can delete them. And now we have like a half block shape. But then again, it's like right next to this edge. So I think we do need to have more of a gap between. So I'm going to move this over a block. I'm going to extend it out here, both sides like this. But now I'm looking at the reference and you see this house here. I'm already close right next to the driveway, so of course something is off here. So I need to check something. Back into here, let's see how long were this pathway here. 19. Okay, this is 13, so it's actually 19 minus 13 is 6. So we need to move it 6 blocks that way. So do need to make an adjustment here. I think we'll have to move the tree, right? I think the tree's like maybe 2 or 3 blocks that way. So I have to move the tree right over, and it's 6 blocks, so move it 6 blocks that way. All right, so now we're building in the correct area. Okay, once we have that down, oh yeah, we do need to end this part here. I'm not even sure if I put this in the right area. Yeah, this part over here as well. I need to move this back by 6 blocks. Boom, and then I have to put back the tree. Maybe the tree's too far forward as well. The tree too, move it like maybe 2 blocks back. That way. Alright, and then I need to like extend the rest of this across. So that's a new location of the tree. We always gotta move stuff. And that's why you have to have world edit. Because then stuff keeps changing. But anyways, back to the house. Now that we have enough room, I guess we can add in this part here. And this section. So this window is a lot smaller than the other one, luckily. So I think we'll have... We can either make it 1 block wide or 2 blocks wide. For now, I think I'll do 2 blocks wide like this. Then we'll do it like that. Alright, in this other window, pretty much same technique. And actually, since it's kind of like a dark red, maybe we should use red nether brick instead. That might be better, actually. So let's do that here. And we can add in blocks in between. And we're not done with the windows at all. And delete this. Now, if you're on Bedrock, maybe you can't do this because I know Bedrock, they have some issues. So another thing you can do is try making it out of banners and just make a stripe on the side. Next up, we need to add iron trap doors. Let's add it at the top of the bottom. Top of the bottom of this, and we also need to add in, maybe we could add it on the vertical just to make it narrower. I don't know. Sometimes that might be better. It depends on the window. Add it like that. And over here, we do need an end rod going across. So maybe, I don't know, man. Then that sort of ruined up this part, so I need to put that back. Maybe I have 2 different methods for these windows. But next up, we need to add in rods, and I do need to add in the middle of this area here. And we need to add in the inside. So if you look at the actual window, it's like white inside. So I think I'll just use white stained glass. Just add it inside, just like the other ones. And the other side, same thing here. Alright, once you have that, then this top section. There's like this little vent thing. I don't know. For now, I think I'll just put it right there. It might not be correct, but we'll just do it anyways, because the easiest way to work on it is just make a lot of mistakes and then fix the mistakes. We'll work on the bottom half. You can see this part is, I think it's just a continuation of this part here, so just go all the way across like that. And this part does stick out a little bit here, but I don't know if it really matters that much. So another thing you can do also is just move around the street view if you look at it from the side edge. But yeah, I think this whole area here is like one solid. We're gonna go down here, extend that below. I could do this over here as well, just make it go across. And then the other window, it just lines up with this window. And the other window here. Okay. So there's two smaller windows and they have the same technique here. And there's going to be iron trapdoors inside of it. This is going to be really cramped. But if you look at the reference photo, see this this window is like the same level as this fence, but in see mine, it's not. So something is wrong with it. That's what we need to figure out. So one thing, it might be the slope. Yeah, I think if you look at this driveway, it goes down a little bit, like on a hill or something. So if you move further out, yeah, you can see like this house is not even level. So these are the things you have to keep in mind. It's not flat like this. You gotta look at things at angle. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna like move this whole entire thing down and down like that. Not exactly a fun thing to do though, but it is good if you want to make your builds more accurate. And then this area here, slabs right above every areas with stone like this. And for these parts, I think we can just use like maybe oak slabs. You can add it like that. Maybe that could be a transition, but sometimes it doesn't look good. So yeah, use it as at your discretion because there's not really much good grass slabs. But in this case, since it's oak slab, it actually can like kind of do the job. I'm gonna try to make it look organic. This part here, yeah. Just something like that. As long as it makes it look like you're doing an effort. Alright, you know, actually I think I figured it out. I think maybe the windows, they should be taller, or maybe this area here, that should be higher up. So I think I'll just move up this part here. Yeah, I think I'll just make this go all the way across. Like maybe I did make the windows too tall, who knows. And now we can make these parts 2 blocks tall. Right. And then this part here, this can be andesite slabs across. Maybe we do need a 3D effect here. But next up we do need to have this triangle thing here. Smooth quartz slab and stairs. Now usually it's, you don't want to combine slab and stairs, you want to just pick one. I think this case was just maybe slabs. I'm not sure. On the side edge here. Extend it out like that. And there is a little bit of an indent here. So we do need to add in like something there. Maybe like that, or yeah, I think that's one thing you can do. Also, you can, if you wanted to, you could do it like this. This makes it a lot thicker. It like covers up this back section because I know if you're making the roof, it's gonna be in the ass. The roof color, it's kind of like a mixture pattern, but I think the closest color is just like cobbled deep slate slab maybe. So we'll just add this to the back of this. Gonna cross like this. You see the problem with this part, if you make it thin, then you could see like that. That's why I like it like a little bit thicker, like that. But it's really up to you. Maybe you have a better method. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna extend this a little bit here, like this. On the sides, there is like this rain gutter. Goes around the edge here. Rest of the cobbled. And then if you look at the roof, it does make kind of like a pyramid kind of upwards. Trapezoid double pyramid. So we're going to try to do that. We're just going to make it layers. And it has to be at least taller than this thing. That slope. So we're just going to finish the rest of this pyramid. And we're going to connect this little bit together. That, and keeps getting taller as we get up there. And this part here just goes all the way across. So keep doing that. And then this part here, it looks like it kind of changed designs a little bit. So what did I do wrong? Oh, I think here. Is that where I messed up? Yeah, I think this part just goes across like that, right? Maybe it has to be like this. We gotta make sure like all these things, they're on the right level. Apparently, to make it the same as the other side, it's kind of like this. I don't know, this part might be ended, I'm not too sure yet. Alright, and it gets even taller. So let's keep doing this. So once you're doing that, if you look at the side, this side is pretty easy. It's just flat and then there's a window here. So let's do that. If we extend it out, just kind of eyeball it. But we can also go in Google Maps satellite view and just measure this roof. How long this is? Like 11.2. So 11.2. That is 17 blocks. So I'm just gonna extend this a little bit. 17 blocks. Okay, so it's like right there. And then once we have that side, we can just, once we have this corner, we could just copy it because it's symmetrical. Flip it and then build on this side. All right, and then we can connect these two sides together. Like that. If you look at the roof, it does need to end up in a point. So this whole back section here, just extend that across, because I think if you look on the satellite view, select this little bit here, that's about it. Yeah, just extend this across here. And then we do need to make this into a tip eventually. Okay. And this part actually goes along for a while. I don't know where exactly the middle part is. Anyways, back over here, I do need to add in these glass for these windows at the bottom. Okay, so next up we do need to add in the drain pipe. This is one thing that I really am insistent of, the drain pipe. I could just use a birch. Yeah, just a birch fence. Goes across like this, goes all the way down. That. I wonder if I could use light gray glass panes around this part, just to make it look like this part sticks out a little bit, because it does. If you look at the reference, it does here. There also is like this white line here. I don't know if we could fit that. Yeah, I don't think it's possible to fit that. So if it's not possible to fit this tiny detail, then don't add it. It's not worth it. Anyways, we do need to extend this out. Ooh, that's by accident. Meant to have a block behind it. Oh wait, no. Redo. There we go. Now the garage doors. This thing, again, it's like on an angle. Downwards slope. I think I'll just move it one. I'll move the ground here a little bit down. Move it down. Like that. On Foxshot, we actually have a standard for cars, so if you go to warp car, this is my car area, and then you could see like how big cars are. And if you go over here, you can see this is how tall a SUV is. So this is what you want to keep in mind of when you're building this. So SUV's 3 blocks tall, so a garage is at least 3 blocks tall. So actually at the bottom, if you look, there's like this black thing on the drain pipes. I don't know what the hell that is, but I guess we have to add it because it's there, right? And this whole area here, we're gonna add in stone so this transitions better down here. And get our oak as well over here. All right. And then there's going to be the garage doors. Now it's like right next to this edge, right? So I got to make sure. Yeah, I think it's like right there. So I'm just going to put it there. It looks like it has markings on it. We'll just put smooth stone block. And on Foxshot, we want to make it so the doors are 3D. That's what I like to call it. So what that means is like, I'm gonna actually extend this out. So what that means is like it's indented here, just like we did the windows. So exactly how we did the door, the front as well. We just want to make it indented so we can add in the frame. And that's gonna be our garage door. Now we need a second one. Gonna have mangrove planks border around it, and it's, yeah, I think we're just gonna stack it across like that. That's the second driveway. And you know what? I think this whole layer we'll just make it entirely slabs. Yep, just slabs across. And this oak thing, yeah. Alright, so if you look on the reference, there's actually like this green line. So let me see what that's about. Okay, never mind. That's just the neighbors, so I guess doesn't matter. Looks like this thing goes all the way to the back. Good for us, I guess. Alright, next up, there's like this door here in the back, so let's do that. It's gonna be a red door, so we need a red door. Like the same thing we did in the front area. And it's gonna be 2x3 here. And the other side, same thing. And after that, we need to extend our mangrove again here. And we want to make sure it reaches the top of the roof. So yeah, just extend this whole thing back here. Lines up. Very good. And then we need our mangrove planks underneath it. Just like that. And there also is another drain pipe, so we can add that as well. But this drain pipe, you can see in the picture, there's actually this like thing that goes in the back of it. So we can just add a fence gate going that way. Or some other block, I don't know. Alrighty. I don't know, man. Some things, yeah, we could do it like that. That's fine. Alright, then I think this whole thing probably is just slabs. It's like a lot easier if you do it like slabs. Right. Maybe I mismeasured something, because this thing is a lot longer. Yeah, this thing goes a little bit past the doorway here. So I'm going to extend this out a little bit. And there is actually like this, what do you call it? I actually need to make this a little bit bigger just to fit it in, because I'm not perfect. And blackstone. Add it like that. There also is a lamp here, but this is white, so I'm going to use a skeleton skull this time. Put it there. There's like a little thing down at the bottom, so add it like that. And oh yeah, there's like the window on top. But I think this window, like if you look at the reference, like this window is bigger than this window. They're not the same. I think this one's like a regular window. This one's like 2 blocks tall around the side. Do it like that. Now in the reference, this thing actually is past this doorway. What I think it is like this thing actually sticks out a little bit right here. Maybe we could extend it by one. Like Google Maps is not always 100% on the dot. There's like sometimes it's slightly off. So we do need to make adjustments sometimes. And we do need to move this whole thing that way towards the back. I don't know, but sometimes you make it some things a little bit bigger than it is in real life. Tip of it, could leave it like that for now. Alright, just so this thing fits better. Right. Next up, there is, it's like actually kind of like a darker window. I'm going to use a black glass side of it and iron trap doors. We do need to add something there, so I guess we could do it like that. Right. Then the backyard is just going to be dirt paths, and I'm going to connect it to the other side here. That dirt path. That's alright. So once we have that in the back, there is a garbage can there, so we can add that detail. How to make a garbage can, guys? Blackstone. I don't know, man. Just like that. Just like that. Nothing too complicated. Add a little bit more here. So once you have that, we'll go work back on that front of the house. There's some bushes here. And the windows. I totally forgot about the windows. You do need to add that. Yeah, I'm just gonna do some design like this. Maybe this one has a divider in the middle though. And then we do need to cover up with bushes. Yeah, they go halfway here. And then the bushes. Go back this way. I don't know. Kind of hard to see what exactly they're doing. And the bushes, they're like yellow on top. Like you can see the bushes are kind of in front of this fence. So you gotta keep that in mind. You gotta go in front of the fence. So maybe I do need to make it thicker. And let me think if there's anything I can do. If we go to nature blocks. I don't know, hay bale, wet sponge. I don't know, you could just add something. Something's better than nothing. Hay bale makes sense. Sponge. You can also try glass. Does glass work? I don't know, man. But yeah, why don't you use hay bales? I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense. But you do want to texture it to the design. Or maybe bamboo. Bamboo might be better. Because it's actually a nature block. Maybe a little bit of bamboo. Yeah, it's definitely not perfect, but this is like a small detail in the overall thing. It's not gonna matter too much, as long as you put in the effort. Now the inside of the house and the inside the windows, you can see it's like blinds, which are just lines going across. So a good block is just quartz pillars. Just have that inside, I don't know. And also you might as well add in smooth quartz around the window edges. Just because when you look inside, there's going to be gaps, so we don't want that. I'll actually do that to all the windows, just add in smooth quartz. Like this, and we don't have an interior, so it doesn't really matter how thick it is. And this part here, smooth quartz. And then we need to add in our quartz pillars across. You can also add in blacked out windows. Even though the real life one's not exactly blacked out, but whatever. Looks fine. Alright, and then the front part, even the front part, they have window shutters. Just add that. Alright, so once we add the shutters, that's what it looks like. And then this part here, you see they look a little bit at the bottom, so we do need to fill that in, just like that. Very good so far. There is this part of the house where there's like a window here. I don't know, yeah, we're gonna build that area. I actually have an idea what we can do. We can measure, that can give us a good estimate. So 15.2. 15.2. So it's like 23 blocks. So yeah, let's just stack this down. And what we can do here is we could just copy this area. Then put it on the other side, like we did before. Okay. Bam, like that. Now it looks like this. Just not perfect. So when we are doing this side, I think I do need to delete this part here. I think that part didn't fit. The rest is fine. Okay, so back over here, this front end, and start with this part here. Yeah, I think it goes across the same way, but it's gonna be smooth quartz area. Yeah, I think I definitely need to make this thing wider. Because in Minecraft, I added these, the window gutters, and that's like an extra block longer, but it's really not that big in real life. So that's something to consider. If we go over here, if we match this up, the same angle, just add it like that. That's how it looks like. And then we can build the rest around. extend the bottom area. And we do need a window here. Extend this down. And we might as well extend this whole brick thing down, I think. We just need to have it so it's not floating. Now this window is a little bit complicated. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna go measure the front half of the house. Maybe that is different. That's 15.3. So let's try that 15.3. 23 blocks, so same thing. So maybe like the inner part of this is at 23. 22, so maybe another 2 blocks. Can't extend that across. Like that. And I'm gonna match that up over here. Wall is over here. Now I think I found an error. Alright, so I think I figured out what the issue with this house is. It's because when I made the door, you know, these things were way too wide. So we need to remedy that. Alright, so if you look in the house, you can see this part here, this fence lines up with the wall here, but in mine, it's not. So what we need to do is we need to fix that. So what we need to do, move this whole thing to the right. Actually, I think we need to move this part to the left, not the right, because we have measured the pathway here. I'll just do the top half first, just to see what that looks like, as I'm not too sure. Bam, like that. So now these things are overlapping, very good. Now the bottom half, we just need to, how do we do this, man? Get in there, and I guess transfer the bottom part here. Just like that, and then we'll extend this outwards, like so. Alright, good, now that's lining up. And now this part, we need to extend it so it's 23, since we moved that. We have to move this whole entire thing that way. And extend that out. Alright, so once we have that laid out, oh yeah, right over here, again, these are the decisions. I'm just gonna do it like that. We do need to have that little space, so how the heck do we do that? Well, another way to make this doorway, we can add in diorite walls to the side of it, and just make it, you know, actually 3 blocks wide, but then you do like this. And we're gonna pretend these are the windows or whatever. And just fill it. That's another way you can do it. A door. Yeah, wither skeleton skull like that. And then I guess this top way gonna be like that. So yeah, that's another way you can do it. And since it looks like this window is wider than this window, it's going to be 4 blocks wide because this one's 3. So I guess 4 blocks wide like this. I don't know if that works out on top. We'll do it anyways. Do it like this. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just add these, and that's going to be the upper and the bottom layer. That. Then inside, it's the same technique, I believe. It's just like a white glass block inside here. Then we will need our smooth quartz around the edges, or maybe this, since it's like at the very edge, there is no point. Just like a wall here. And then inside it's gonna be a block of pillars of, yeah, quartz pillars. Just like that. And there also is an additional one that goes like this. We can do it like that. Yeah, I don't know if that's the best design here. Alright, and then this side, the wall is actually kind of like the same way down. So I guess we can do that. All the way down here. And these bottom windows, they're just going to match up with the top ones. I think add the inside part, white glass panes. And then iron trap doors. You want to have that. This. And just stack it up. That, and then add in a line across. 3D effect. And we also want to have the red nether brick walls on the sides of this. Like that. And we can also add in our debug stick, because we do need to have the window shutters, the right design. And we also want to have it so it's like, what do you even call this? The high walls, not the low walls. All right, so once we have those window shutters down, now we're gonna go on this side, and yeah, like I said, this part, okay, now it actually fits in together since we just added one to it. Oh, good. All right, that actually matches up with the real life one, so that's good. There's this like little chimney thing in the back. So if you look on satellite view, the chimney is like, I don't know, it's like right 1.6. 1.6 from the edge, so let me 2 blocks. So maybe like right here, roughly. And it sticks out a bit, so we can do that. At the chimney, doesn't look that wide, so maybe 2 blocks wide. Send this down, and we also want to extend this wall thing that we made all the way across to the back. Okay. Once we have that, we're going to extend the chimney down here. And then we can extend the mangrove planks. Also on the inside part where you need that 3D effect. And then this part here, yeah, just quartz pillars across. We need our smooth quartz. Alrighty. And then in this back section here, there is actually a window here, so we do need to add that. It's like a small window too. So if you look down here, that's like the window that we saw on the other side of the building. So sometimes when you have like the same type of thing, I guess, you can just copy it and just paste it on another side of the building. But you do need to rotate or flip it. But yeah, when you're building a house, some things, they'll be the same. And then this one, it looks like the shutters at the top, but not the bottom. Shutter at the top, but not the bottom. The bottom is going to be black concrete. Wonder why I did on, if they did on the other side. Okay, apparently that one's all shutters. So over here, shutters. And we need our quartz around the window edge. Alrighty, so once we have that down, okay, so actually this side, there's still stuff here, so go down here, there is like a little box thing there. And there's also like the, oh yeah, we do need to have some slabs because there's like a little slope here, okay. Alright, so once we have that, there is like a little bit of grass actually. So we do need to add a little bit of this grass. There's also some bushes, I realize. Like all these like little details you have to make, and the bushes, they're like the other side, I think. They will have some of this yellow gonna be in there. There is also like this, what do you call it? The metering system, made for like oil or something. So we're just gonna add some walls here. Iron bars going down. And we need a drain pipe. Don't forget to do the drain pipes. So we're gonna go down here, all the way. And then it kind of sticks out the bottom, so I'm gonna do that. It's also like this little thing at the top. I'm not sure what it is. And even if you don't know what it is, you'll just make it anyways. Just to have that detail. And we can't place it here, so I'm gonna place it right next to her. Maybe it's a little bit closer to this window. And then this chimney thing, there's something on the top of it. Anvil, right there. And, I don't know, smooth quartz. That, and that's going to be that chimney thing. There is a little drain pipe thing here at the back. And I think it's like the same thing as this side actually. So yeah, we don't have to like really imagine it because we saw it before. That's going to go down. Go down here. All right, very cool. And then this part, that's all going to be dirt paths. So dirt paths. Dirt path. This part here as well, dirt paths. Dirt paths for everyone. All right. After we're done with that, there is a little bit of grass right here. So make sure to add that, I guess. That little piece of detail. Here, and then I think this thing. It's like that. All right, so here's how the house looks like so far. Pretty nice. Now the back part, this is the part where the mods, like to say your creativity, comes into play. Honestly, I don't think this like trial necessarily needs it, but a lot of people recommend it, so I just stuck it in anyways. But we have to make the back, even though there's not much reference at the back. So I just make it go all the way across. And I'm also going to extend the wall here. But the thing is, usually there's stuff at the back. So if you go in the satellite view, we can kind of see, though, there's like a balcony thing here. And there's like this, you can see the shape of the roof thing. So that roof thing is kind of like lines up with this part here. I don't know. So I guess we'll just extend this part out. Make it like a little outdent thing here. Because that's what's in the reference, right? Add it like that. Oh yeah, by the way, the driveway, you're gonna make sure I think it tapers a little bit more. So usually balcony things, they're like goes on the second floor. So there's like I don't know if you can call it a patio. So we wanna like see where to put the floor exactly. So maybe it could be right here. Like a beige color too, so maybe jungle wood, jungle planks, that could be good. Looks like the balcony thing is like right here, and we can even like, even if you can't see it in person, you can just measure it. That'll give you some more information. 4.7, that's 7 blocks long, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. And this part is 2.5. Okay, so 4 blocks like that. And since it's like we have this overhang here, maybe it might be even more. I'm gonna extend it 1 block more. All right, and then there's gonna be some stairs going down. And I don't know, since this is down here, do I just move it down 1 block just to meet up with that area? Maybe, so I'll do that. I'll move it down. It looks like, and if you see over here, there's some stairs going down. So that's easy, you know, you don't really have to imagine what stairs looks like, right? They're just stairs going down. Like that. All right, I'm going to extrapolate all the information we have based on the satellite image. I see there's like maybe a landing here, and then there's like a gray part. So maybe the gray part. Wait, are these things lined up? Yeah, I think I do need to move this whole thing to make room for this area. Maybe 2 blocks that way. 2 blocks that way. So that there's room for this area down over here. So this area here is just like, it looks like a pavement or something. And one thing you can do, you can make it textured. So I'm gonna use World Edge, just make a basic texture like that. And if you look at close at the reference, you can see there's like these 3 stilts for it, the supports. So I think we'll just, yeah, pretty much make the supports. Maybe like 1, 2, 3. Okay, that fits perfectly. Bam, like that. Those are some supports. And maybe we can even add in blocks underneath so it's like, looks like that. So one thing you can do if you don't know, you can search on Google, like, you know, for reference images, what things will look like patio. So maybe come up with things like this. American backyard balcony on stilts. Yeah, so I think this might be kind of what we're going for, this thing. So if we look at this, I don't know. You can kind of imagine where the stilts would be. Maybe I'll put a stilt here. Well, actually, this thing's like 2 blocks of space between, so maybe it does it like that. That's the pattern we're going for. So since that's 2, that's 2. This is also going to be 2. We have it like that. Then, of course, if you look at this reference, there's like these railings, so we can add that. Probably going to be the same type of wood because they want to make it consistent. So we could do that. And there's probably going to be a railing on the side of this, so I don't know exactly. It's like this. Whatever, we'll just do it like that anyways. The railing on the side. Maybe a railing on this side as well, I don't know. How are we gonna do this, man? Let's check the reference picture. I don't know, man. Yeah, we could also do it like that, where it's like sticking out like this. If we do it like this, then at least we have more room to work with. There's probably going to be a door here. Maybe did I make it too tall? Because I wanted it to match up with the front, but yeah, I think I'll move it 1 block down because this thing, it feels probably too tall for safety purposes. I'm gonna actually move this 1 block down, maybe 2 blocks down, because this thing is really, really tall, isn't it? Yeah, I think I just leave it like this is a good height, and we need a door here, so I don't know, probably they're gonna use the same red door that they've been using on the other parts of the house. So if you see like a certain style, just try to replicate the same style. Right? And most likely there's going to be windows. So you do need to keep that in mind. And over here, this part sticks out. So I think if you look in the front, we do need to have that sticking out area. So let's do that. Sticking out. Fill this part in. And if you don't know, sometimes you could just copy what we did. You know what? I think I'll just do it by hand. It might be easier that way. Move this whole thing back. I don't know, maybe we might have a totally different design here. Who knows? How the hell do you make houses? I am not an expert at all. Yeah, that feels a little bit too short, so I think I'll make it taller. This, and in the front, I just added a white glass block inside of it. Yeah, maybe I'll add like a diorite wall here. And end rods. Okay, yeah, this could actually be like the front window that I made before. And then we can add in, let's see, it's gonna be east. And then we need west. Just like that. And I think there'll probably be another window somewhere around this building. So we just put that randomly somewhere. Maybe like right here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I did need to make it taller because this thing feels too short now, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I think for the back of the house, it would make sense for this door to reach up with this thing. So maybe I will have to move this whole thing back up again. So sorry I have to go back and forth changing it, but that's what you got to do when you're designing stuff. Stuff always messes up. But luckily I didn't have to change the position of anything. And then we're going to stack up these like that. Fill up this area here. Need to make this thing, this door go up. And then fill up this part here. Then over here, we're just gonna add in the jungle woods like this. Get across like that. Very good. Now, if you look at the reference, there's like a bunch of random stuff here. Also, if you look at the roof, there's like stuff over here on the top of the roof. So we have to add that. Even if you don't know what it is, you can write andesite here. And then we can add in maybe, I don't know, birch fence like that. I don't know. Maybe a skeleton skull, because like it looks kind of gray. And there's like some kind of black thing here, so some kind of darker slab. That. Alright, and then these random things, I have no idea. I feel like we do need another window. Like right on this side. And the inside parts, gotta fill that around. Like this. And this whole part here, what did I do? I just added white around it and then shutters. Then this part here, white around it, then shutters. You know, the back doesn't exactly have to be super detailed, I guess, because you don't really know what you're doing. I just add that extra support. I think I might actually add in maybe like a spruce trapdoor thing here. Just a little bit more detail. I mean, does that even make sense? Maybe like that. Oh no, no, no. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Copy and paste that here. Good. So all this random junk here, I don't know, maybe it's like literal pieces of trash or something, but we do need to add in something. So I'm just gonna put like random stuff here, and you can kind of like mess around with this a little bit. Maybe get some inspiration based on the color. And then for its top section here, I don't know, it actually might look like a tarp or something. So maybe put like an acacia tarp around this part. Because if you look at it, you can't really see anything on it, just like this white line. Maybe they have a tarp thing. And it goes like halfway, so like that. I don't know, but that's what we're doing here. All right, then I'm gonna put another one. Maybe I did make this thing too wide. Oh yeah, I think I did make it too wide here, so I'm just gonna have to move this over a bit. Like that. Okay, very good. Fix up this thing. And then I'm gonna put, I don't know, a stilt down here. Maybe it's still on the edge. We did it like that. Alright, so we have a nice sun thing here. Yeah, quite good. And over here, I guess we could put some furniture, so maybe we'll use like chairs. I don't know, it would be a nice chair, like lawn chairs like that. It's like the old school of Minecraft is how you would make furniture, right? Maybe like a table, probably. I remember building this on my Minecraft chips back in the day. What would they put here? Maybe they probably put light, right? They put lamps everywhere. I think over here, putting like a skeleton skull. Yeah, we'll put a lamp right there. It's like down over here as well. There needs to be a door, I think. So I think we'll just use the same door here, put that at the bottom. Totally forgot about the bottom floor for a second. I thought, yay, I'm done, but nope, I gotta do the bottom. Bottom floor, they probably have a window, right? Probably like one of these type of windows. I guess we'll just build it right down here. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. And again with these things here. Oops. And another window. Should we just put it right here? Alright. That. And window shutters. Okay. You know what? I don't think we need this right here. Okay, east. Then west. Okay, could add that. East and west. Have it like that. Alright, so, yeah. Let's see what else we need to do in our trial. Now, are we done, I think? Checks of this. So, yeah, we're seeing the front. I think this tree needs to be wider, actually, because if you look at the reference, this tree kind of covers up this window. I'm standing here and it's not covering up the window, so... But it is covering up this doorway a lot. I think I need to move it just like 2 blocks that way again. Looking at it, it's still not covering up, so I think I do need to add in more branches. But look at this, it's getting messy, right? Quite tall, this tree. Is it taller than the house? Or maybe that's just the perspective, but it is quite tall. So I'm going to have to like add some blocks. Could be better if I spent a lot more time with it, but yeah, you can see like in the reference, it matches it much more now because it is covering up this window at least. All right, so besides that, there is a little bit of green right there. I guess we added that. If you wanted to, you can add in some more texture to this. Coarse dirt underneath this tree here. And there's maybe like a little spot right here. Maybe like a little bit here. Yeah, you see like on this lawn here, there's like this shape. I feel like this thing, it's not really matching up correctly. So I think I do need to make this thing wider to go. Match it up at least. Alright, so now that's at least a better shape. Not perfect. Spend hours just doing less. Alright, so what else? If you look in the front of the house, is there any little details that I missed? Like if you go down here, there is this little speck right down there. Another speck above it, but that's way too small. Underneath this part here, I think I should add in white like that. Oh yeah, there's also this drain pipe. I totally missed that. That's like right here, but I don't know. There's not really much space to fit it. I guess I could. Could I do it like that? I don't know. Does that even make sense? If I do it like that. Hey, at least I tried adding that detail. Like I know it was there. Oh yeah, apparently I do need to add in these fences so that they go towards the house, like that. Yeah, so even right now, I'm like finding stuff. Oh, well, look at this thing. Where the hell is that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even think it's that big. Right. See this bush, it kind of sticks out at the ends. Let's do that. Oh, almost like it's like a dead bush. Yeah, put a dead bush there, and then this thing. It's so weird, it slides out. That's the driveway. And we could add in texture to this the path thing here, just to make it look a little better. There's gonna be stone and andesite basically. Add that mixture there, and add that mixture right here as well. And then in the back, whole thing. And we also do need to add in stone slab, andesite slab texture, just to make it a bit better. Okay, so very nice. Doesn't look as boring. And you could add in like coarse dirt. Add that around this part here. And look a little bit here. A little bit here. This part here, I don't know, there's something off about that. Okay, I think I know what it is. Angle that much more like that. There we go. Above over here, there's also like a little light. And over here, I think I'll texture this a little bit more. Oh, I think this is actually like a flower box or something. And that is supposed to be on the side too. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my trial. So once you're done with your trial, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a lime wool and go in front of the trial and just make a plus sign like this. And if you go to the spawn, you can submit the trial on our Discord, which is right there. You should have joined it. And we're gonna go into the trial submission section. And then right here, we're gonna write IGN Crafty Fox. And then this is where you have to have your bookmark trial reference. So we're gonna go here where we have a Google Street View, these three dots, and share. And you're gonna copy this link here. We're gonna go back on Discord and you're gonna paste it. And I think it's also good to take a screenshot of it. So I'm gonna take a screenshot, what the house looks like. Control paste it there, and we also want to have a screenshot of the build itself, so we can go back to your plot home if you don't know, and you're gonna take a good screenshot now. And advice to do, you can go here to field of view, crank this down so we have more of the house, and maybe don't have the cross so blatantly right there. You can put it to the side. And yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of the house. Make sure the picture looks good because that might help your trial. And you want to paste that inside as well. And now we're gonna submit our trial. There we go. This is where you can get judged. Now, if no one actually comes and judges, you can tell a mod. You can ping them. Go right here to lobby and write, @mod, and go down here, judge trial. But also, if you don't have Discord, another method, and it's not really recommended because our whole server is kind of based on Discord, is that you can go ask someone to submit it for you, a builder or mod, but make sure you give them the trial reference link or the address and make sure they find it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the trial. Now you're just going to wait till it gets judged. So basically, for the mods to work, they have this judging board. Here are the mods, and here's me. My vote, if I say yes, then it automatically passes or fails. So my one vote. But if a mod judges, we need 2 yeses for you to pass builder, and then 1 red equals no, so your trial will be failed, and you're going to turn into a trainee. Now, what a trainee does is you can go to Sandbox, and now you can build in the Sandbox world where you can be a trainee, but it's like, this is like a free build. You still have to build kind of realistically, but not like people doing random stuff here. So it is really recommended if you go to Warp Builder Globe. This is where like all the people who pass the trial or builders from all around the globe, and they pass the trial, and then you could build in like all the different areas, like warp cars, or warp train, or warp planes, and we have a lot more worlds in this. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this walkthrough video. Hope you found it helpful. Do hit that like button down below, subscribe if you hadn't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.